All right, folks, here we go. Good evening. We're here. Nighttime now. We're at Charlotte under the lights, and that's right. Round two here, the doubleheader. This is the Grant Designs 300 here at Charlotte. Qualifying underway, folks. Stay tuned. It's going to be a thriller here for the Clean Racing League here tonight. Right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, qualifying now. Still underway here at Charlotte. Well, if you tuned in a little bit earlier, saw here this is the first annual doubleheader. Earlier we had the Ghost Athletics 250 at Indianapolis. Caleb Smith pulling that one off. Now we got the doubleheader here. Charlotte Cup cars. Want to see, man, who can pull this one off. Right now, it was a good race, man. Guys out there. Now who we got up front? Justin Curtis. Gordon Trask, who unfortunately found his way in a little bit of a wall there at the end. He had the car. Was there. This should be a little bit more familiar for a lot of the guys here. Oh, I think that very familiar. Okay. Dude puts this thing on pole tonight. Right now, it looks like Justin Curtis is going to be the man putting it on pole. Got to pace yourself here. Charlotte is one of these kind of momentum style tracks. Interesting. Can't wait to see what's going to happen here. Let me hear who your favorite driver, who you pulling for, who you got. This ought to be good. Interesting to see maybe some of the pit stops, some of the paints out here tonight. No, looks like old Jordan Trask right there in second. Rob Sherwood might not be able to knock him off. He's starting up at third. Caleb right now, 14. Qualifying, yeah, kind of important here, but got enough time at this place to get back to the front. I like Charlotte. Really good one. Anybody else get to make it to the 600? All right, there we go. Qualifying, closing out. Well, let's look at the grid. There's a man up front. Justin Curtis, man, going to put her out front in this one. Jordan Trask going to start in second. Rob Sherwood up there in third. We got Seth Valdy starting fourth. Lane Haas are going to start in fifth. Matthew Dyer there in sixth. Joe Spinelli seventh. Evan Kinney, he's going to be in eighth. Eric Anderson starting ninth. Dusty Martin there in 10th. Zachary Fowdy in 11th. Jacob Grant starting 12th. Got to go old Crank Bell there in 13th. Caleb Smith 14th. Abram Ghost in the 15th. We got Bryson Clark 16th, 17th. Joshua Altus 18th. We got Justin Carey. Bob Stevens 19th. Chris Smith 20th. Jordan Brock on 21st. Parker Collins going to be there in the 22nd spot. 23rd, Mike Kelly. Jamie Horn 24th. Got Austin McCullough, he's on the 25th. And Fred, he's out here going to start 26th. Awesome to see him out there. The 26 machine's going to make it here tonight. It's our first annual double header. Now, it's not the first time they've been to Charlotte, folks, obviously. I will say that this is probably the first time that I have seen them in the Cup car. Oh, yeah. Most time I see them in the trucks. Let's absolutely see what we've got. Ought to be a solid one here. I'm excited. See this one go down. All right, green flag. We are racing. Race 2 here tonight. Have to put this thing in the books. What's going on, Patsy? Out there pulling for good old Dusty. Absolutely. Everybody gets a good, clean start here. Now, the cars, the next-gen cars versus the truck. I'm not going to say there should be too much of a difference other than it's a car. Handling wise, it might be a little, you know, yes, it's going to be different handling wise, but I'm going to go on a limb and say the truck still probably has a little more downforce than what these cars do. These cars have an extreme amount of downforce to them. That's what one of the arguments is for the next-gen car. So, yeah. Well, Dusty right now, he's holding on to 8th place spot, trying to come to the front. With that said, this still is a track where for the first 10 or 12 laps or so, you can almost hold it wide open. And the bad part about that is it makes, one, track position crucial. Two, it's very momentum oriented. You see right there, man, look at the old Rob Sherwood. Actually, that's Justin Curtis got in the wall just a little bit. Popping and banging. Gordon Trask out front, fouled along with him. Everybody's just trying to find the groove that they need to be in right now. Man, good looking cars. I still like the Arca car, the new Arca car better because we're off the Gen 6 style. Guess I just kind of like that look a little bit better. There's Dusty. Hanging out back here, man, a 10th place spot, just riding. Yeah, they'll get spread out a little bit if there's some green flag stops. But for the most part, you're going to see them here nose to tail a lot. A lot of guys, you're going to see them, nose to tail. The next thing you know, you're going to see these little packs side by side. There's Jacob Grant. He's up 5 spots already in 7th. There in that 19 machine and the Grant's Design machine. The man out here tonight sponsoring it for us here. Terry out there pulling for Dusty again. Awesome. Grant's Designs 300 here tonight. And like I said, you got to pace yourself. Now, without saying too much, obviously, I have not done the next gen car around this track. would say you should be able to probably drive it off there. Obviously, you can drive it in there pretty good. You see it right there with looks like Dusty and who's that on the? Who is that? The hot dog man on the inside. There's Zachary Foudy. Is it? 02. Yep, Foudy. He's in the Martins. Yep. No, potato roll. He's hoping somebody don't get out there and try to potato roll. Joe Spinelli. Don't put that nose in there. Spinelli right there in front of him, too. Earlier in the race, the Indy race, he got caught up in a wreck. Unfortunate for him. Right now, Joshua Altus trying to do everything he can in the Sinvar machine. Right in the front, right behind him, Kayla Smith, who won the first annual. Goes to Athletics, 250 in Indianapolis. Meanwhile, up front is Seth Foudy. Jordan Trask going to go 2x2, side by side. They're going to bring Rob Sherwood with them. Good old Sherwood. Every time I hear his name, I think about Sherwood Williams. Right on board. A lot of changes over the years with I think I high-pitched there for a minute. A lot of changes over the years in Cup cars. One most notable change over the years, been quite a while now, is the digital dash. You've seen that way back since Gen 6 cars and all that, so Gen 7, Gen 6. Yeah, they got away from the analog, and to me personally, I get why they did it. I mean, the first step was they got away from carburetors and went straight fuel injection. I don't know how they monitor that because, you know, how NASCAR, I guess it's easier for NASCAR after the races to monitor it. But with technology the way it is, I mean, what's for somebody to throw a different calibration of fuel air mixture in there? Who knows? But with the digital dash, with it was the digital dash to move from, you know, so that they could monitor the fuel injection and the electronics and stuff. So yeah, that was one of the biggest changes that has happened over the years. I'm still a fan of the analog because I think it brings back the essence of what a race car is. Not to say that these aren't race cars, but it brings back that old school style feeling. And a lot of the new, I mean, even real racers, and some iRacers at that, when they get into these Cup cars, I mean, right now it's a great race up front. You see a lot of passing, see a lot of side-by-sides, a lot of 2x2, door-to-door. But a lot of even iRacers, you see Drake and Grant right there killing the back end of Lane Hostler. He's pushing him, says, get on up there, Lane, get going. And get to the front battle for the lead. But so a lot of even real racers and all will say today that cars just so easy to drive. You know, there's no manhandling like you used to. Get behind it, put her in gear, man, mash the pedal, and you just feel the horsepower. Jordan Trask right now under pressure by the man of Rob Sherwood, who would love to put this thing in victory lane. I'm not sure how many of these guys are very comfortable when it comes to Cup. I mean, a lot of them have, you know, A licenses in Cup. Imagine some of them do run the Cup car, some don't. Right now, Sherwood takes it to the point. Biggest battles happening right around about the 8th place spot. 10th place, you got Kenny, Bell, Dyer. As I say, man, Sherwood's up front. Here comes Lane. Oh, he couldn't get away from the front really quick. Lane Hostler takes it to the top. Out front. Still the battle on back here in the back. Yellow flag out. Uh-oh. Oh, Justin Carey. No. See what happened to him. Did he have a little help? Or did he spin on his own? Outlaw Racing Man. He's right there. Well, he's in that 21 at the top. Don't know if he had some help. We'll see. Chris is back there going, please, man. I didn't see him wreck before. Be involved in another one. Oh, yeah. Just like one came down, one came up. They got together, boom, boom. Luckily, nobody else got involved with that one. Under caution, first time here. Pit stops. Underway. Hostler Fitz Company. Never have asked him about that, but I'm going to say that's pretty much his family business. Ask him, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is his family business. Being that his last name is Hostler, and he is saying Hostler fencing. By two. Stack them up. Stack and rack. Okay, Hostler out front in this one. I'm liking it. Back green. Back green. Out there. Who's out there talking? Who got? Oh, we got Jackson. Good luck tonight, fellas. Wish I could have been there, CRL or nothing. Kenyon Jackson. Yeah, hey, you know what? You need to go back and watch that in. Which guy's minute? Very, very good show. All right, going back green. Pace car's in. Hostler and Company up front. 2x2. And green foul, look at boy Lane. He gets a good jump on the field. That's going to put Grant Foudy back there battling for second place spot. Everybody goes single file. Meanwhile, almost 3 wide, but 2 wide back here with Curtis. Zachary Foudy back there. Seth Foudy hanging on the 3rd. Zachary back in the 6th. Evan Kinney's back here with him too. They go all the way back. Everybody again now. They were single file for the moment. Now some of these guys are going to say, look, I want to see what I can get. Some go high, some go low. One thing I did notice in the real race, I only watched some highlights of it, didn't watch the whole thing, is they went very high track. drove very, very high at this track. Yeah. Dusty Martin right now along with it. Joe Spinelli up to 9th. Jordan Trask, unfortunately, falling back to 11th. Chris Smith right there in the 12th place spot. Caleb, who won the Indy race here. And, oh, hang on to it, boys. Close quarters right there, 3 wide. It's where it gets sketchy. Break that up really quick. Oh, car in the wall. Who's that? That's Joe Spinelli. Hang on to it, Spinelli. I think he's got a loose is fast podcast machine out there. Looks like he's fast, loose, and more loose and fast. I don't know. Got to see. Meanwhile, they are still stacking them up. You're going to see more side by side than you did with the Indy cars. 1, 3 wide. This is risky. This track, you just do not do 3 wide lap after lap. Usually it ends up in disaster. Altus right behind him, and he's going to see it. Yep, right there. Yeah, you see some bumping and grinding. Chris Smith hits the wall. Come back along with it, too. Altus says, I'm just going by y'all and get out the way. Y'all have out of that mess. Caleb's stuck up back there with him, too. It looks like, unlike in the real one, though, you're able to run the bottom and the top. Bryson Clark. Up front again. Battle for the lead. We just got battles everywhere. It's Grant, Hostler going at each other. Jacob Grant. Lane Hostler. Grant's looking to the inside. Hostler's going to put her in the wall. That's Valdy right back there in the backside. He says, well, I'm going to capitalize on this. Why not? Here comes Grant to the top. Almost looking like a plate race here just for a little bit. And it probably will unless we can get a long green flag run where the tires start just kind of falling off. It will. If we start getting cautions, kind of soon, and everybody getting on the same amount of tires and everybody getting, bunched back up, it's going to stay like a plate race. Get a long green flag run, 20, 30 lap run. They'll get split up. Meanwhile, look at that high side, low side. Grant, Hostler out front. Fowdy, Kelly right behind them. Kelly almost won that race, man, in the Indy one earlier. You got Joshua Altus coming through the front, too, here. Look out. It's a 2x2x2 affair. Rob Sherwood's back there, too. Altus up 11 spots. Kelly up 19. Boy, he is on the move. Tell you what, Mike Kelly's a beast. That guy, man, I don't know, put him in anything. You drive the wheels off of it. Look at Joshua Altus. Usually I always say he's the laid-back man. Not today. 3 wide, taking it on the inside. He says, look, I'm going to take the lead. I'm taking second. I'm taking everything. Boy, what a gutsy move there by Joshua. Pushing it down on the inside. Then he blinks at. You don't want to see that. He's got that thing hooked up. Lane Hostler goes to the outside. This is sort of a momentum track. Look out, 3 wide. Grant splits the middle. Grant's there. Them 2 men, no lug loss between them. Altus and Grant's had their time together. Hostler back there, but Joshua Altus says, what? Forget about it. Up 16 spots, takes it to the lead, and says, you boys back there have at it. I'm long gone, and I'm going to run off to the moonset here. because it is getting nighttime. Still neck and neck and door to door. We're way up that track. We're starting to see what these cars will do. Sherwood's back there too. Kenny Company, look out. And it is nose to tail. Nose to tail. And Joshua Altus has just walked the dog. Caution though. Uh-oh, I know what Altus is probably going, you've got to be. That is not what I wanted to see. And this right here is what's going to actually keep this pack together. Going to caution within about 10, 15 laps in, yeah. We'll see what happened to the man here, Austin. He have some help. He losing on his own. Him and that, oh, Spinelli got together. Well, they got together a little bit right there, and he held on to it. Oh, and then he didn't hold on to it. What? Ooh. There's a car up there, Austin. Wow, Chris Smith paid the price for that one. These two got together a little bit in a trioval. Potter forgot to tell him Bam, and man, Chris Smith again. Bad luck. All right, caution number 2. Had a good one here tonight. 34 into this one. Step away, take a quick commercial break, be right back.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, that makes everything a lot better.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words: passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
Back green, here's Charlotte. Looks like Joshua Altus is going to jump her back out front here. See what happens. Matthew Dyer's up there too. A lot of folks took some pit stops, some didn't. Meanwhile, 3 wide back here in the back. Where it's really getting rowdy at back here. Hold on to it. Had an awesome race so far here tonight. Everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. Some had a good 3-day weekend. 4 days. Everybody did. Meanwhile, it's all Joshua Altus out front. Up 16 spots with Matthew Dyer right there behind him. Bob Sherwood there in the third. 14 spots in fourth is Justin Carey. Lane Hostler in fifth. Caleb, he's up, man, there in sixth. He's looking to do the impossible. I ain't saying impossible, but looking to do something that very hard. Win both of these doubles. It seems impossible in real life. Not so much sure on iRacing. I guess it could be done here. Right now he's up to 6, so he's got a good shot at it. Matthew Dyer, he's harassing the back end there of Altus. Remember, Altus got away from the front runners there right before everything got going. Looks like he has got a very, very good running car. Meanwhile, it is side by side. Dyer, Carey, Kenny, Smith, Kelly, Grant. All of them bunched up in a pile. They will be, and I just spoke about this. Unless we get about, I'm going to say 20, 30 laps of green flag run, we're going to see these cars on top of each other. Start getting cautions every 15, 20 laps or so. They're going to stay bunched up like this, and we're going to see a lot of racing. Meanwhile, Lane Hostler says, I'm going to run this man down. So we've got the fence post versus the solar man. Here you go, Hostler to the inside. You get very tight on the inside, man. Altus, boy, pinches him down. Usually that's a late race move. Joshua Altus trying to keep that momentum of Lane Hostler way down at the bottom, because this track, a lot of times you got to let that thing drift up. You get a little bit tight going in the middle, and then can get loose coming off. But Lane makes the pass. Also, don't forget about how he ran in there, too. It might come back to haunt him at the end of the race. We'll have to see. Sherwood right now up in the fifth. Kelly up there in the fourth place spot. Jacob Grant. I know now it's been a while out there, and I hope I don't say her name wrong. I want to say Catherine. I'll say Catherine, I think it is. And I believe that's his fiance. Out there always pulling for old Jacob. That Grant's Designs machine. Contact right there in the back. Hang on to it. Boy, that was Sherwood. Sherwood, boy, almost had his life flashed in front of his eyeballs. I mean, that 21 got up behind him and gave him a little bump and almost sent him sailing. Look at this mess up here. Hostler takes it to the front. Altus is falling all the way back to 5th. This is back around about Caleb Smith's area. So right there in front of them, you got Parker Collins up 16 spots. Mike Kelly up 21. Kenny up 5. Grant right there up with him too. I don't know where to go in this one. It's just action all over the track. Altus is not, that car's not reacting the way it should be. Well, he is sitting on old tires. Everybody else did pit. Tires are starting to give up. You can see he pitted lap 17. Everybody else pitted lap 33. So yeah, that makes sense. Car's starting to give up the ghost a little bit. Tires are. Meanwhile, look out right behind him. They're 3 wide. Hold on to it. That's Seth Foudy right in the middle. Oh boy, little contact again. That's Rob Sherwood. He is getting bounced around like a ping pong ball. That guy's going, man, look. Are we celebrating Memorial Day? Are we celebrating Thanksgiving? Because I feel like a turkey out here. I'm getting just knocked all over the place. Whew. In the wall a little bit there with Caleb Smith. He's got Seth Foudy going to come right up underneath him. Here comes the roll man, Zachary Foudy. He's got the biscuits. We kind of get that little settle back down. Meanwhile, up front, we're watching this battle right here with Parker Collins and Evan Kinney. Nice looking machines right there. Parker Collins is. He's looking smooth, patriotic. Oh, we got Hostler out front. So I said, a long little green flag run. Guys get a little bit spread out right now. See, it's Hostler out front, Kelly right behind him. Grant's up in the 3rd. You got Kenny right there in the 4th. Parker Collins in 5th. Frank Bell back in 6th. Justin Curtis in 7th. Seth Foudy in 8th. Jordan Trask back in 9th. Joshua Altus, he's falling back in 11th now with Zachary Foudy back there along with him. The only reason Altus is falling back is he has yet to make a pit stop. Caleb's not made a pit stop. Definitely on some different pit strategy. Charlotte here tonight, under the lights. Where the famed Coca-Cola 600 is. You used to have the All-Star race here too. They need to bring that back. They decided they were going to start taking the All-Star race to different places. It just, I don't know, it was just the feel of the weekends. All-Star one weekend. Next weekend, then they had the 600. They really only got one official car. I don't want to say he's out of the race. No, he's not out of the race. He's right there behind him. Okay. Lap down over to Austin McCullen. Fred back here. Got to get good old Fred. Man, I tell you what, man comes out here, races week in and week out. Love it. He's in his Bass Pro machine. Bass Pro Shop. It says "Kiss My Bass" on the side of it. That's funny. He's got a fish. That's Chris Smith with the camera shaking like crazy on him. All this man out front, Lane Hostler. He can do it in the trucks. He's doing it in the cars. He almost did it in an Indy car. Mike Kelly right behind him. So, Lane finished 3rd in Indy race. Kelly finished 2nd. Caleb won it. Caleb's back there in 14th. Remember, he only pitted at lap 17. That's why. Kelly's going, am I going to be the runner-up man again tonight? Finished 2nd in the first race. Am I going to finish 2nd here Grant's right behind him with Kenny. Them two guys are battling it out. One's high, one's low. Parker Collins along with them there too. We got Crank Bell. Look at this mess right here. We got Parker Collins, Crank Bell, Justin Curtis shooting it on around two. Seth Fowley there with them. Jordan Trask. And it almost looks like the UPS machine. That's UPS? See, that's 87. Jordan Trask in. I don't think I've got my side view. Yeah, there we go. It is. UPS. Thought it was. Back in the Dale Jarrett days. Looking car. I'm going to run through the field here and look to see what kind of cars we got. Because out front, thank you to the veterans, absolutely. Thank you to the fallen veterans and the families out there. This is who we remember. You know, every one of them. That lane out front right now. Mike Kelly's going to be the man right behind him there in second. Evan Kinney going to start her up in the third. You got Evan Kinney hanging on the third. Jacob Grant up there in the fourth place spot. Up 17 spots, though. Parker Collins hanging on the fifth. Justin Curtis right there right now sitting in the sixth place. You got Seth Fowley right behind him there in seventh. Eighth place, Crank Bell. Got Jordan Trask on the inside of him. They're battling there for ninth. Zachary Fowley hanging on in the 10th place. Joe Spinelli right in the 11th. Says the average Joe on the back. That's funny. Joshua Altus up in the 12th. Matthew Dyer there in 13th. We got Dusty Martin holding strong. Brookfield Independent Oil. Check it out. Right there in 14th. Eric Anderson, his teammate P-Man himself there in the 15th. Caleb Smith, who won earlier tonight in the Indy. He's back up here in the 16th. Bryson Clark holding strong. Got a battle going on, though, with Jamie Horn right there for the 17th spot. Abram Ghost sponsored our man out there. He's one of the main sponsors here at the Clean Racing League. Ghost Athletics. Great guy, man, out there. Does a lot for the kids and the community and stuff. Jamie Horn right up underneath him, though. Bob Stevens trying to pull it on up there. The unicorns on that thing. Look it out. He's up there in 19th. Rob Sherwood back in 20th. We got Justin Carey. Good little machine there. And he's battling along 21st. Jordan Brockle 22nd. 23rd, Chris Smith. He's a little beat up, banged up. And good old Fred back at 24th. Caleb, he is on pit road. Coming back out with Austin McCullough back in the 26th. Brings us back up here to Lane. Been his show so far. Love it. If Kelly can run him down. Last lap times, it was a 71, 75, 74. That was the top three. I mean, you don't get much closer than that between the top three. And Jacob Grant had a 90. Not quite sure what happened on his end. Then you had a 70, 69, 62. Well, actually, Collins, Fowley, and company a little bit quicker than the top guys. Well, those guys are on about the same amount of tires. But those lap times show you one thing. What I thought about week in and week out. You're not going to see anybody come through the field like gangbusters. Yeah, they might be a little bit faster, but catching and passing. I mean, look at that. Hostler and Kelly last time, both of them with a 69, 69. Kenny with a 72. So, yeah, oh, look out. Here we go. Seth Fowley looking on the inside, man, of Parker Collins trying to take that spot away. And this is what I was talking about. Yeah, he might be a little bit faster, but trying to make that pass. He's going to get locked down on the inside. Then he's going to try it on Jacob Grant. Not going to happen. Getting close, about halfway home in this one. How far can you go on a pit stop? That's, a lot of times they have the fuel and tire section. Supposed to make one stop here. But we had, a couple cautions early. Guys were able to make some pit stops. Like Matthew Dyer on pit road. Dyer right there on pit road along with him. Caleb made a pit stop around lap 60. I'm kind of curious on when the leaders make their pit stop. When does Hostler and them come in? Kelly and Kenny. Hostler right now with Kelly. Kenny's right there, 2 in the 3rd. Collins is hanging the 4th. Fowdy up in the 5th. Grant, Curtis, Grass, Bell, and Fowdy. Solid race right now. I said that'd get spread out if it's a long green flag run. Another caution though. Some guys going high, staying low. Not what you seen in the real race last night. Last night, they were actually way up there near the wall. Kind of different than what you normally see at Charlotte. You do see these guys, man, some of them actually going way up there to the top. I don't know if that's a benefit or not. The pass right here. It's Jacob Grant. Justin Curtis is going to be able to make that pass on him. I mean, this track is so momentum oriented. You lose a little bit of momentum and you can fall back very quickly. Track position, very crucial. Meanwhile, you look at old Evan Kenny. Appearing 3rd. Parker Collins right behind him. Actually, Parker Collins and Seth Fowdy right behind him. You can see just right there. Kenny went around that lap car and you just saw, man, Collins, them how that closing rate, how they were able to close up right on the back end. Right off the bat. And that just shows you how much of the momentum plays here. And now it looks like Collins is saying, all right, I'm going to take even more. Take the spot away from you if I can. It's on the inside. They're coming up on Mike Kelly, too. See Hostler out there, man, walking away. Battle here, 3rd and 4th. Right now, Hostler and Kelly. Collins. All these guys, men, right there in the bunch. They've caught Kelly. Hostler's checked out. Kelly, Collins. Fowdy right there with him. Osler's still out front. Collins along with him. Fowley's there. Big battle's heating up right here, though. This is Mike Kelly falling back just a little bit. Fowley and Collins. You know, talk about momentum too, but you save enough tires and get a long enough green flag run. You know, you can use the tires up here on this track. Easy to do. Car starts to get a little bit tight, kind of a loose feeling coming off. I have to get an idea from maybe somebody out there. The Cup car drives different. Way different. Just a different animal. Good looking machine. Jacob out there, man, he is definitely showing off his car. And good one so far. Good one so far. Had some good battles throughout the track here. Really enjoyed it. All hostile right now. Battle for second. Fowley, Collins. When you see, man, Collins go way up the track, Fowley's going to shoot right up underneath him there. I can't tell the Toyotas from the Camaros now. They look the same. You know, Toyota used to have a distinct look to it. Now it don't look no different than a Camaro. All the Mustang's got to do is close its nose up, then all three of them will look about the same. Crazy. What happened to the design of cars? Can't make cars look different anymore. They all got to make them look like little round bubbles. Out front, it's all lane. Fowley in second, Collins third. Kelly right there in the fourth. Evan Kinney up in fifth. Jordan Trask right there in sixth. Justin Curtis seventh. We got Jacob Grant in eighth. Fowley there in ninth. And Crank Bell hanging the 10th. So who's going to pull this thing off here tonight? Who's going to be the man to win it? I know we got some picks out there. I know we got some folks out there going, yep, my man, going to do it. It's all about me. See who we got. Okay, so he's in a tribute car. Okay. You said Dusty is? Let's look at it real quick. I mean, he's on pit road right now. He's in a tribute car to his pawpaw's race car from back in the 60s. Okay. So now I got to ask, Martin, what did he race back in the 60s? I mean, did he race a local track? You know, obviously I'm near most famed track would be Bowman Gray. You know, so not far, you know, about an hour away from where Charlotte is. But Bowman Gray is the closest madhouse style short track where I'm at. So what would that be? Is that you know, back in the 60s? And as far as now, is that actually the company that his grandpa owns or something? If so, Dusty's the money man out here. I hear you. He's in the oil business. Good orange looking machine. I'll give him that. Like that. Like a big tangerine. Nice looking. I saw Lane out front popping the wall a little bit. He should be taking some pit stops here pretty soon as we're getting close to about halfway home in this one. Lap 86. And it's been Hostler out front. Fowdy right behind him, then Collins and company. They've all got kind of spread out. Kelly's still hanging in fourth. Dirt trucks. Then okay, awesome, nice. That is awesome. That's cool. Jordan Trask right now here. A lot of guys made their pit stops. You see Joshua Altus. Unfortunate lap down. But they built it. They built their own actual dirt trucks. Yeah, a lot of the guys back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Early 80s. I mean, kind of middle 80s, no. But a lot of the 60s, 70s, yeah. You built your race cars in the garage. The Seth's running down Hostler. He is to a certain extent. Yeah, he ran a 03 to 22. And the gap is 0.3 seconds. I don't know if Hostler is saving tires or what. Let's see. By the lap times, though, Fowdy's running fast enough to be able to just go right by Hostler. But normally it's close enough to where, yeah, you could catch him, but trying to pass him is going to be the problem. And we got pit stops coming up here pretty soon. These two guys are going to have to make a pit stop. I don't know if Lane was maybe trying to save some or what. Let's see if Fowdy makes that pass here. Yeah, he's been running about 2/10 quicker. And even 2/10 quicker, look at this. He just doesn't just go right on by him. Still takes him a little bit to get by him. It's so tough to pass here. Probably eventually get by him, but it's just such a hard place to pass. He's got help right there, too, by the lap car. But you can see a lap car's got way newer tires. These two guys have yet, they still got to come into pits, though. And if I'm Lane, I'm probably looking at going, oh, okay, I'm going to come into pits like kind of now. Collins, third place man's on pit road. These two top guys are running about dead even now. All about the clean air, dirty air. Fowdy hanging on down to third. So can Zachary get up there? He's got a little more work. He's back about 8-9 seconds back. In the Martin potato roll machine. That's some good potato rolls, folks. I'm gonna tell you. And they had Martin's. Woo! They got to make a pit stop here soon. Up here at about halfway to go. Get him 98.43. Eric Anderson. Eric's back at 15th. What's the 98? Jamie Horn, 21st. Lane's still holding right there with him. I'm just waiting for them top guys to go on pit road. So the top actually 6 have yet to pit, and now it's a no-brainer to see Ghost out there. And Seth Fowley on pit road before Lane. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, like I was saying, it's no-brainer, man, to see Ghost out here. That guy, man, just loves to stay out. And here he comes on pit road. That's going to put Lane coming on pit road probably right behind all these guys. Bob Stevens. And he does. And unlike a plate race, you can come in here by yourself and be fine. What this will do, though, give him that 1 lap advantage on tires. You know, you want to loosen these cars up. Take that rear splitter thing out from underneath them. Guarantee you that'll loosen up the rear end a lot. What do they call those things? I forgot what they call them. Good pit stop by Lane right there. Able to get in and get out. 15.5. Although Seth, he had a better one than 14.6. You know what they called him? Something divider. Puts old Bob Stevens out front now. Got a 15-second lead over Dyer. He's got a pit. He's the only lone man out here. Matthew will take over the helms. He's got a 2-second lead over Altus. Air fuser, I think is what they call him. I don't know, something like that. Well, folks, this has been a good one. Couple laps away here. It's about halfway home in this one. Getting about 1 more lap here. Bob on pit road. Altus is going to be able to push back still there in second. Mike Kelly hanging on the third. Got Parker Collins right there with him, though, with Seth Fowley. Fowley's got about 3 lap newer tires than Kelly. Is Evan Kinney in that mix? Yeah, Evan Kinney's right there with him. So, a couple lap difference between those guys and tires. It will matter the longer they go. Kind of short runs, not so much, but the longer they go, it will play out. Good racing right here, though. Some high, some low. You don't want to get back here, man, and use up your tires. Let's see what we got. Kenny right there along with it. Kelly. Fowley's going to take it up to third. Altus is right there back behind him. Actually, excuse me, that's Jordan Trask. Curtis. Altus is actually back. Where's Joshua? He's up here in second. Oh, Matthew Dyer in control of this one, though. We are past halfway home in this one tonight. Doubleheader night. Grant Designs 300 here at Charlotte Clean Racing League. If you enjoyed you so far, step away. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here in a few.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words: passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, that makes everything a lot better.
There's an immeasurable bond that forms when you join the service. You'll do anything to protect and defend those at your side, and pushing the limits of your well-being is all just part of the job. But when this shared experience ends, it's easy to carry that mission-first mindset with you and neglect your own health and mental fitness. Team Red, White, and Blue understands these challenges and knows that together we can show veterans that their best days are ahead by providing opportunities to build healthier lifestyles right where they live and work. Through races, service projects, workouts, and a cutting-edge mobile app, our members develop a sense of camaraderie and mutual support. With a growing force of over 200,000 strong, we invite all veterans, families, and non-military supporters to start putting their well-being first. Team Red, White, and Blue is forging America's leading health and wellness community. Will you join the team?
We're back here. It's been a good run in here at the Charlotte race tonight. Second half of the doubleheader tonight here for the Grant Designs 300. There are the lights here at Charlotte. Right now, everyone has taken a pit stop, and it's all the man out front. Seth Foudy has cycled back through with Parker Collins, Mike Kelly, Evan Kinney, Wayne Hostler, Matthew Dyer, Justin Curtis, Jordan Trask, Joshua Waltis, and Eric Anderson. The top 10. multitude of different style tires here too, pit stops, you know. Bowdy pitted in lap 95, Collins at 92, 89 for Kelly, 96 for Hostler, Kenny at 91, Dyer at 65, Curtis at 89, 89 there for Trask. A lot of different pit strategies. Hostler's not that far back. 2-second gap between him and Fowdy. He lost time on pit road, but is a little bit quicker. Problem is, by the time he gets up there, will he lose that tire advantage? That's the sad part. Part we'll have to see. But a good solid race here at Charlotte. A lot of guys are just trying to battle for positions here and there. You see Hostler going to take over Mike Kelly's position. Ashman third. One lap newer tire. I think Hostler's on the prowl. Meanwhile, Joe Spinelli back here doing a pretty good job back in 11th. He's battling it out here with Eric Anderson. I hope y'all been enjoying the race so far, folks. Been a long night. Second half of the race. Had a pretty good one out there in Indianapolis. Man, Caleb Smith pulling that one out in a thriller. It was a good one. Had a late caution, man. Caleb was like, you got to be kidding me. He had to battle hard to get back to the front and win that one. This one here, we'll have to see. Ought to be a solid one here tonight, too. Under the lights here in Charlotte, though. Everybody just kind of being quiet right now. Calm before the storm. Let's see who's on lead lap. Right now, first man a lap down would be Jordan Brockle. Rob Sherwood would be right behind him. Frederick Garcia there. And, right behind him, Caleb Smith, Austin McCullen, and Chris Smith, unfortunately. Seth Fowdy out front right here. For the moment, he's got about an 8/10 lead over Parker Collins, who was in second, and about a 2-second lead over Hostler. See if Hostler's able to run him down. Got about a lap or so tires. I don't know if he's going to be able to move him on or not. All right. Interesting to see, man, if Fowdy can hold on here. Obviously, they're still going to have to do another pit stop. And they went quite a bit of ways. But they're still going to do one more pit stop before this one's over. You see right now, it looks like kind of equalized out. Fowdy is definitely faster up front than Hostler. Seth found something here tonight. got his crew out there rooting for him. Mounty boys, Zachary and Seth. Joe Spinelli's still out here running. Remember, we got him up here talking, and unfortunately, he said his night in the IndyCar didn't end so well. Unfortunately, him and Chris Smith got together. Bad night for him. Right back, folks. All right, folks, I tell you what a good race so far, man. Still Seth Valley out front in this one. Yeah, I'm still here, but sorry about that, my man. Brad. Valley right now out front with Collins. We're getting down to the closing laps here. Pit stops have got to be the thing, too. Collins right now sitting in second, 2 seconds back. Hostler right there in third. Mike Kelly hanging on in the fourth. You got Evan Kinney right there along with him, too. So, I have to see. Jordan Trask there in sixth. You got Justin Curtis up in the seventh place. Yeah, my bad, Brad. Sorry about that. I had to. Unfortunately, unlike in the TV world, it was the real world, so I had to go take care of something real quick. I am still at home, folks. This is the virtual world. So I apologize to all the viewers out there and all the drivers in the league. I know I don't sound the most professional thing in the world there. Jordan Trask right now in sixth. Justin Curtis there in seventh. Jamie Horn up 16 spots, still in eighth place though. Zachary Fowley right there in ninth. Jacob Grant rounds the top 10. Unfortunately, Caleb back here, who won the Indy race earlier tonight, back here in the 23rd, couple laps down. Danger going some more laps down here. As you see the leader right there, Seth Fowley, who has about a 3-second lead over Collins and Lane. So he has found something out at this track. And I got a feeling unless a caution or something wild happens, those two guys trying to catch him, it's going to be a long, long haul. Right now, you see Hostler has actually caught Collins, and Altus says, I'm gone. Altus is on some way newer tires. Way newer. Oh, that's cool, Brad. Yeah, hey, no problem. Hey, man, look, like I say, I apologize to the fans out there, viewers. So. And look at this, Lane Hostler on pit road, so he shorts pits these guys. Wasn't catching any of them up front, so he says, let me try the short pit this time. The opposite. But I said they're going to have to make another pit stop. Obviously, they could go the distance from here. We're at what, lap 165? Or 146, my bad. My eyeballs, come on, folks. I'm getting old up here. Trying to read that little bit of fine print. I need to give me some magnifying glasses. Big goggles. Either way, pit stops, they're going to be able to go the distance. A lot of these guys pitted at lap 37 and went easily 30-some, 40 laps. They go 50 laps, well, 95 to 40, yeah, 50 laps. They're good. They keep going the way they're going. That's 50 laps, so they're good. Valley right now with Kelly. Kinney. So basically the top 9 right now have yet to pit. And there's only nine cars on the lead lap. Jordan Trask on pit road now. So that'll put 8. Joe Spinelli. And we got Justin Curtis now coming on pit road. You're starting to see some guys come on pit road, trickle on in just a little bit. How's that song go, Brad? Just a little bit. Who you rooting for out here, Brad? Maybe you already told me. Who you got? got a favorite driver? I know Seth Foudy and Zachary Foudy, they got the fan club going on. And Dusty Martin has got a pretty good fan club too. Unfortunately, Dusty right now got caught a lap down back in 16th spot. Foudy just don't want to get run over right now by some of these lap cars trying to get back on the lead lap with these new tires. And they're going to be way faster than him. If these guys get up here, catch him at the wrong time, they could actually catch him right in the back end, sending him on around. Kenny's catching, I thought, you know what threw me off? I thought that was Evan Kenny. That's actually Eric Anderson. Well, I'm curious to when Seth Foudy is going to make his pit stop. When do y'all think? He pitted at lap 95. I mean, the longer he stays out, the more advantage on the tires he's got. But at some point, it's going to kind of like level off. You did some crew chiefing for Zach when he did his Coke 600 yesterday. Okay, so come on, Zach Foudy. He's in the. It almost looks like a hot dog car, but it's actually Martin's rolls, potato rolls, that is. And I'm gonna tell you what, if you've never had a Martin's potato roll, well, I don't know what you're waiting for. 2, you need to go down to your local store, wherever you got, and buy you some, because those things are like, oh, yeah, they're that good. Mike Kelly, Evan Kinney on pit road. That leaves Zach and Seth, Grant and Joe all out now. Yet the pit. And I was just talking about, yeah, this is going to give them an advantage, but at some point, though, if they get too far behind, are they going to have enough time to get back up? Now, the good news is they're the only 3 on the lead lap. So that means this whole field is going to have to go all the way back around the track. And if a caution was to come out, it'd be even better. But they got to go all the way back around the track to get back in front of them. Now, I think Seth right now should be okay as long as everybody stays a lap down. The more the cars, though, come back. See, like Lane right here, back in 6. Even if Foudy was to come in, he's going to get back on the lead lap instantly, but he's still got to come all the way back around the track. And by the time he does that, he does come all the way back around the track. Foudy's going to be coming on pit road, and he's probably only going to have maybe a 2-3 second lead, and that's just not going to be enough. He needs at least a 5 or 8 second lead, because Foudy's going to be that much faster on tires than any of those guys who pitted out. You know, Collins is right there in front of Lane. Yeah, he's going to be on at least 20 lap newer tires almost. Right at it. And I'm not sure 20 lap newer tires is enough. The longer Seth stays out, here he comes on pit road. Good move on him. You see Collins right now. Yep, there you can see. Now they get on the lead lap. But watch. They got to come all the way back around. It only takes 42 seconds total pit time on-off pit stop to do it. It takes you 30 seconds to get around this whole entire track. So yes, they will get ahead, but will they get ahead enough? That's going to be the question. You see Zach right there, still out front. He's yet to pit. Comes Collins lane. See, here comes Seth out of pit road. So yeah, it's only about a 4 or 5 second gap, and that's just not enough. That's not 6 seconds back, 7 seconds back from Lane and Seth. That's just, I don't think that's going to be enough. I might have to watch the lap times and see. We're getting down to what? 40 to go. Seth pitted at 58. He went 58. He went over 60 laps. There's an 8-second gap between him and Lane. Let's look at the pit times when they come back, or not the pit times. Well, let's look at the lap time. Pit times for Foudy wasn't too bad. He actually had a full 15.5. Now Lane had a little better that time, 14.8. Time before, Foudy had the better pit stop. Those two had, he had the better pit time. I'm kind of looking right now. Yeah, he's already knocking it down. He's got it down to 7.3. He ran a 29.9 to a 30.30, so he's knocking 4 tenths off. He's got time to catch him. He'll be there. Yeah, that's... Unless Seth just gets caught up into some lap traffic. And not going to get caught up in too much. I mean, he'll get a car here and there. Yeah, I think he will. Where's Wayne? Wayne Chapman? Wayne said he was going to take the night off, so... Hey, man, I don't know. Hey, who knows where Wayne's at? They got Collins right now along with it with Hostler. Those are your two guys out front. Jordan Trask hanging on the 4th. Matthew Dyer right there in 5th. Mike Kelly up in 6th. Justin Curtis in 7th. Jamie Horn in 8th. We got Dusty Martin in 9th. Eric Anderson rounded the 10th. Whew. Who was that? Was that Altus back there? No, it wasn't Altus. Who was that? That was, who that was. That was somebody who went up there and hit the wall a little bit. I mean, Jamie Horn. Well, I still think this is, you know, at this moment right now, could still be anybody's race. But I think Seth Foudy is the man who is sitting good. He's already down to 6.5 seconds. He ran an 86 to 24. Yeah, he is knocking 4 tenths off. Almost a half a second a lap. Collins right now leading. He does have a second lead over Hostler. Hostler right now doesn't have that cushion that he had over Foudy. See, Collins also pitted at lap 195. Or excuse me, no, he pitted at 145. Hostler pitted at 44, but Foudy out here is the man with the new tires, and he's coming. He's got it down to 4.7 seconds. It's just a matter of time. He's going to catch him. He probably would love to see a caution because that definitely would put him up there to him. Yeah. Parker Collins right now out front. Even if Foudy catches them, they still going to come out here with a good finish. Collins and Hassel. Right now, it's coming down to what would be a fuel strategy style race. I mean, you're down to 5.4 for Seth. He ran a 95-31 that time. He's staying about 0.3, almost 0.4 faster. And if he keeps that pace, it'll take him about another 15 or 20 laps to get there. Maybe I'm gonna say on the end about 15, but he's gonna be there. He'll be knocking down the back door of Parker Collins. The question will be then, how much of his tires has he used? But then you got to also look at, Collins and Hoffman. So that'll be the interesting play here. Right there, yeah, that was a half second right there. The 54-02. So, man, Seth is really, really knocking down some times now. I mean, he's down to 3.9 seconds. So, Collins keeps giving up that kind of time. It's going to be a matter of in about 10 laps, he's going to be on his door. And there's nothing Parker Collins can do. And I would say that a caution right now would benefit Seth, but everybody's going to come into pits. If there's a caution at this point, everybody's coming in. We are getting close to about that 25 to go mark. Been a good double header here. Got to give a good shout out to our great sponsors here. Coast Athletic. Ghost Athletics. Grant Designs. Out here sponsoring the two awesome races here tonight. Ghost Athletics giving us the Indy race there. The Ghost Athletics 250 at Indianapolis earlier. And then this one right here, Grant's Design 300 here tonight at Charlotte in the Cup car. Obviously, give a shout out to the Clean Racing League. You guys have done an outstanding job. And, you've also got the CRL podcast. Check them out on Friday. Go to, Spotify, YouTube. Go check out cleanracingleague.com to get you the links there to it. Awesome, great sponsors we got on board. We still got a good race coming up here on Wednesday. Right now, it's all Collins. Hostler right there in second. But Seth Foudy's coming. He's got it down to 2.7 seconds. You can see him back there in the back, by the way. Last lap was a 20. Just to 69.50, yeah. Collins' tires are going bye-bye. Foudy's are coming in. They're just not, there's too much time left. Collins right now out front hanging on. See Zachary Foudy right there behind him trying to get his lap back. Lane holding on to second. I think it's all Seth though right now, and he's closing in on Lane to take that second place spot away. You just got to be a little patient right here. Now, this might help Parker out. I mean, it's only a 1.8 second gap between the two, though. Seth's got to eventually push the envelope here and say, look, I got to go. Got to go. The more he waited behind there, the more he's going to lose. Time's just going to run out for him trying to catch Parker, but see him right there. Went up underneath him. Lane falls back to third. Seth with those new tires, and tires definitely are mattering tonight. Wow. Collins out front. He came up 21 spots, though. Even if he don't win this thing, that is still a feat. They're probably going to come out here with a good top three. Got 22 to go in it. Coming down to the final closing laps here. That's Foudy right behind him. About a second back. Lane Hostler. Foudy closing in like the Jaws. Tune up the music. Done it. Lane back there in third. Collins out front. Kelly right there in fourth. Jordan Trask in fifth. Justin Curtis sixth. Jamie Horn there in seventh. Dusty Martin, in eighth. Matthew Dyer ninth. Adrian Ghost in 10th. Eric Anderson in 11th. Joshua Altus in 12th. And Zachary Foudy there in 13th. So Brad, how did Zachary do in the Indy race yesterday, or the Coca-Cola race yesterday? Did he do good? There's a gap, by the way, between the two. And that's Seth. There's the 17 going to go to the outside of the 90. Take that spot. Yeah, he is closing in. He's down about 4/10 right now. Right there, almost on it. He's going to be on his back deck lid here soon. Holding on that wheel. Like it, what is it? 9-3. Sometimes you got 10-2. All depends on the driving style. Going to go down to the low side, one to the high side. Pass for the lead coming up. Seth Foudy's there, and Parker Collins is, and there's nothing I can do with Seth Foudy's just going to shoot her down on the inside. It'll take him about a half a lap to get around him, but he's going to get around him. Held him off that lap. I know Parker's probably going, man, I wish that was the last lap coming out of turn 4. Whew. Now what Collins could do is pinch him down. I mean, that is a move. But you see right now, Steph's just going to drive it off down into the turn there. There's nothing Collins can do. That's just all tires. Seth Foudy back to the point. Woo! The family members out there jumping up and down. They love it. Seth's going to put this thing in victory lane. Well, we're going to see a wild one in the finish here. Parker right there behind him. Hostler hanging on to the third. Mike Kelly up there in fourth. Mike Kelly is way further back. He's about 7-8 seconds on back out here by himself. All alone. Yeah, Collins, nothing he can do just on those older set of tires. Giving up the ghost. Tires are just giving up on him. Who's some of the other heavy movers? Jamie Horn up 17 spots. Mike Kelly right there in fourth. He's up 19. Obviously, Parker Collins, we just saw him up 20th. He's in second. But then again, we got some that the night's not went like they want. Jacob Grant out of this one, down 10. Rob Sherwood still holding strong back in 18th, but he's down 15 spots. Whether there's some heavy movers, sometimes some heavy losers. Guys are just, not the night that they want. Sherwood started out on a good one, and boom. And again, these guys, we're used to seeing the trucks on Monday. This is the Cup car. It's something different. Yeah, some of these guys drive these Cup cars, a lot. But some don't. It's not something they probably drive. So again, some guys, man, are loving it. Obviously, Seth Valdy's one of them out here, though. He's definitely trained a little bit on these things. Get down to the closing laps. 12 to go here. 18 to go. Yep, 12 to go. 11 to go right now. Saw Seth Valdy out front, extending that lead by 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds over Parker Collins. A caution is not what this man wants to see, because it pretty much will bring pretty much the whole entire field into pits. If I'm Collins and them, I'm pitting. I'm getting new tires, which from Seth I'm probably coming to. And then it's a shootout. It's whoever gets out front the furthest. Everybody's on the same tires then. The Lane right now closing in on the back door of Collins. Well, I thought he would. Yeah, he is closing in right there on Collins. So Lane goes to the second place spot as Collins drops back a little bit. Now they've got a little big gap between them and Mike Kelly. It's about 6.5 seconds, and I think Kelly's just not enough time for him to run them down. Yeah, he's faster, but still just not enough time. And not bad, up 19 spots there in fourth place. And up 19 spots, Collins there in third. So, I mean, big time movers. Kelly, Collins. Sounds like a rent-to-home place. Got by the Kelly Collins place. Jordan Trask having a good run up here in fifth place spot so far. Jamie Horn, another big-time mover here tonight. Back there in sixth. Justin Curtis there in seventh. Dusty Martin in eighth. And Adrian Ghost, who sponsored us here. He's one of the primary sponsors here at the Clean Racing League, too, for the Truck Series. He sponsored us out here, though, for the IndyCar race earlier. It was the Ghost Designs 250 at Indianapolis. We're running the Grant's Designs. Ghost Athletics 250 in Indianapolis, and we got the Grant's Designs here, 300 in Charlotte. Now Jacob would have loved to have had a little bit better, race than what he's having right now. See where Jacob is. Yeah, actually out of this one, unfortunately. What happened to Grant? He hit the wall? And he pitted on lap 173. And Jacob's not out here anymore. But it said he pitted at lap 173, and then that was it. So anybody got an update on what happened to Grant? Let me know out there. Kind of missed that one. But meanwhile, not long here. Less than 10 to go for this man right now, Seth Fowdy. He's been able to get back up front. 4 laps going to be in the book, and he's going to make history here and put her in victory lane for the first annual Charlotte race here tonight. A doubleheader night here from the Caleb Smith put it in victory lane for the Indy race. Seth Fowdy, if nothing changes right now, can put it in the victory lane for the Charlotte race. He got the pit stop timing down the way he wanted. His tires have held up. He's been fast. Ran the guys down. Lane Hostler's been able to hold on to it right there in second. He only has a couple more laps. Parker Collins still, he's still been good unless he just wrecks or hits the wall or something. He'll come out of here with a very good finish here in third. Him and Mike Kelly. Trying to get an update on what happened to Jacob Grant out of this one. Hopefully Grant's listening out there. And we do appreciate him sponsoring Grant's Designs. Definitely go check out cleanracingleague.com. Get some links there. Grant's Designs. Check him out on Instagram. You'll also see a lot of the paint jobs that Jacob does for the cars here in the league. Seth Fowdy, one more time. White flag in the air for him. The Grant's Design 300. It's been Seth Fowdy. Been able to command this one out front. And he only has about one more turn here. As he comes out of turn 4 across the line, Seth Fowdy puts it in victory lane. Lane Hostler in second. And Parker Collins will bring it home in third. What a way to finish off the Memorial Day weekend doubleheader here for the Clean Racing League. Ghost Athletics 250 at Indianapolis, and now the Grant's Designs 300. Well, what a way to finish this one. Okay, let's bring old Collins up here. Parker, Joanna Booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I tell you what a race here it was tonight. Man, you guys, did everything you could. Looks like the tires were just falling off there at the end, but still an outstanding night to come home in third.
Yeah, it's pretty good, especially starting all the way in the back. We just had nothing for Seth. He was lights out all night. Congrats to him on the win. We just tried to hit a little bit earlier, tried to get a pretty good gap on him, but my right front was gone. The setup was so tight. But it was a good race. Definitely happy with third place. Would have liked to have won in the exhibition race, but we'll take it.
How you feel in this car as opposed to the truck? What's the major difference?
There's a lot of differences. Like this one, the Cup car really doesn't have any brakes. Like getting on pit road is so much different. You almost have to start braking to get on a pit road for a green flag stop in the middle of the corner, whereas the truck you can run pretty much the whole corner and just slam on the brakes and it'll stop. But this one won't. And then just the steering is a lot different. It just feels so light compared to the truck. There's not a lot of force feedback in the wheel. Just a lot of differences, and obviously dirty air is a pretty big factor too, and definitely in traffic. Felt that a lot during that first round. Just couldn't go anywhere, but finally got some track position, was able to work our way through the field though.
Absolutely. Got third tonight, man. You got anybody you want to thank for a good run?
Yeah, all the guys at Only Dads for the awesome car, and Evan for the scheme for the night, and friends and family watching, and my beautiful wife.
There you go. Parker Collins coming home in third. We'll bring this man up who got second. Lane, Joanna Booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing?
Well, pretty good. Well, you got third in the Indy race, second here in the Cup race, but I mean, how was you feeling out there, and as opposed to the trucks, as opposed to this car?
Well, I'm going for the motocross score, so 3-2. That's probably good for an overall, I think. No, I tried messing with a little bit of settings to get the car to handle a little bit more the way I'd like it, but couldn't quite find it for the long run. Seth pretty much had us covered for the long run speed. I would have liked a late race caution, maybe try to mix it up, but yeah, Seth did a phenomenal job. Realistically, Parker did a phenomenal job as well. We just kind of missed it.
In the butt. Yeah, I saw that out there, but I mean, hey, look, still a great run tonight, coming home in second there. I mean, I asked Parker there, what is your feeling, the major difference that you felt between these cars and the trucks?
Honestly, the car feels like the front end just wants to skate across the ground. It's almost like all the weight is in the back of the car, and it just wants to push through the front. Compared to the truck, at least, I think with the truck, more often than not, we're able to drive it off the right rear, and the Cup car, it feels like it's all in the right front for turning, but at the same time it doesn't really turn. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, like I say, a little bit of difference there. Still, you got your second tonight. You got anybody you want to thank for a good finish?
Yeah, like I said before, thank you for broadcasting. Thank you to all the veterans and all that. Definitely thanks to the Only Dad's Boys and Subscriber Motorsports. I think I'm gonna miss next week, but I'll be back here in 2 weeks and ready to duel it out.
There you go, Lane Hostler, the man right there, bringing her home. But Seth Fowdy had him covered. Seth, join the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? How are you?
Pretty good. Well, there at the end, gotta ask, was you, I mean, at any point maybe a concern that you wasn't going to be able to run those guys down? But I even said I felt like you could with the advantage of the tires, but, with how this car acts sometimes and how this track is, was there maybe a little question?
I mean, I felt pretty confident that we were gonna be able to do it. I had some extra help tonight with the crew chief of my wife helping tonight, so I knew exactly what the lap times were and I knew what we could do. So we kind of talked it over and decided when we were gonna pit, and she kind of made the call on that, said to pit at the 56 mark for me there. So I went ahead and pitted, and was able to reel those guys back in. And again, I knew what the lap times were, and I knew we were fast. I knew we were fast all night. The very first run of the race, I raced hard, but so was everybody else. I just wanted to see what everybody else was going to do. And then the second run that we had there, we just kind of took it. We kind of took it easy. Lost a little bit of track position there, but as we were kind of falling back, I said, okay, we gotta get going, because this is one of them tracks you do not want to lose that track position. You want to make sure you're kind of staying up there. So we held on to the front group, and obviously we were able to really work our way back up towards the front. And once we got up to the front, we were able to take the lead. The rest was history. I knew how to use the track. I knew how to get the most out of the tires here and save the right front. So I think out of our team, I think I was able to save the right front a good bit more, and also kind of get it to drive off that right rear. I think a lot of guys were really struggling to not tear up that right front. So we were able to diamond out of the apex real good, and I just felt real good about catching those guys, so we did.
Absolutely, man. Definitely looked masterclass out there. Gotta ask the other guys, though, what did you feel like the major differences in this car and then running the truck?
Well, I am not a truck series fan by any means. I do run the truck series, obviously, on Monday nights. But this car is the car that I put a lot of time and effort into. So this is my thing on iRacing. Do I like this car overall? No, I think that even in NASCAR, I think they don't really care for it too much. It drives very, very similar. It's very pack racy. Now here, obviously at Charlotte, we kind of get spread out and stuff, but at most tracks, it's very pack racy. It's when you lose it, you lose it. You know what I mean? When the front goes out on you and you try to save it, it's hard to save. So there's some things about the car that I'm not a big fan of, but it is the one that I put my most effort and time into. So for me, it's kind of my favorite when it comes to driving this or the truck. I don't like the truck because I feel like with the package that they run, it's kind of full throttle the whole way around. And one thing I do like about this car, and a lot of people don't like, is the shifting. I'm a big fan of the shifting in this car. I know I've kind of been able to learn when to take advantage of it and when not to, and I think that helps me a lot of times, whether it's tire savings or whether it's just to be able to get the speed out of the car.
Hey, tell you what, definitely been showed tonight that you can do that. Got to the front, got to win. Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank you guys for the broadcast, CRL, Clean Racing League, for putting on these leagues and putting on this event tonight. A lot of guys had a lot of plans for today. I want to give a shout out to all the people for Memorial Day and everybody that's fought so hard for our country and things like that to be free. So I want to give a shout out there and just say thank you for that. I want to thank Grant Designs for sponsoring, Ghost Athletics. I put VRS on the car this week because I run VRS setup, and of course I got a sim seat, so I put that on there. So glad to be able to have that stuff, which kind of always takes me back to, I want to thank Jesus Christ for me being able to have equipment to be able to do fun things like this, to be able to have time to be able to do it. And of course, thank my smoking hot wife for definitely being in the crew chief position tonight and being able to help me through the race. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I know, because a lot of times she's out there, man, rooting you on during the races on Mondays. But good to see her, man, crew chiefing you tonight and putting you in victory lane. Yeah, congratulations there, Seth.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joe.
There you go, Seth Fowdy, man, put in victory lane. Well, folks, that's going to conclude the Memorial Day here today. Double header for the Clean Racing League. Whew, it was a long one, and yeah, sorry on that. I took a few pauses there in this one here, but man, I tell you what, we had fun. It was a good one there early on in the IndyCar with a Ghost Athletics, 250 at Indianapolis, and then the Grant Designs 300 here at Charlotte. But hope everybody has the rest of a good night. For myself and everyone, have a good one.